All teams, this is Pacific Response Lead, Corinth. We have confirmation of a Category 5 Kaiju emergence. Location, 26.2 degrees north, 127.7 degrees east, approximately 15 miles southwest of Okinawa.
Flynn here. Tactical comms online. Civilian evacuation protocols are active.
Satellite tracking operational. Visual confirmation acquired. Jesus Christ.
Report, Corvido.
It looks like Godzilla, but something's wrong with its signature attack. The atomic breath is leaving some kind of residue behind.
Made of what?
Well, the breath weapon isn't just destroying buildings. It's leaving behind growths.
Growths?
Mushroom-like formations. They're spreading across the impact zones.
Godzilla's never done that before. This doesn't match any previous encounters. And besides, he doesn't randomly target cities out of nowhere.
How many civilians evacuated from Ishigaki?
Approximately 22,812 people. But Corinth, we lost contact with the northern districts right before the creature made landfall.
Casualties?
Unknown as of yet, but based on some of the images posted online, I don't think anyone in the direct impact zone survived.
The creature is moving northeast. Current trajectory suggests mainland Japan. Kagoshima Prefecture is directly in its path.
ETA to Kagoshima?
At current speed, approximately 6 hours.
That's 600,000 people. We need more time to evacuate.
Contact Tokyo Command. Request immediate JSDF deployment. And get me Director Astridian on secure channels.
Corinth, I'm seeing something else. The creature's targeting isn't random. It hit the power plant first. Then the military installation. That's tactical.
Confirmed. This thing is specifically targeting key infrastructure, not just destroying everything in its path.
Standard Godzilla protocol assumes protective instincts. This creature is demonstrating predatory intelligence.
Should we reclassify the threat level?
This is Director Astridian. Emergency authorization code Theta 77 Umbral. All teams are now operating under Crisis Protocol Down Star.
Director, what's our status on Titan identification?
That's why I'm here. Genetic analysis from satellite spectrometry shows no match. This creature does not correspond to any known Titan signature, including Godzilla.
Then what is it?
Unknown, but we have bigger problems. Multiple Titan tracking stations have gone dark across the globe.
How many stations?
17 facilities, including deep-sea monitoring posts, Scylla, Behemoth, and Tiamat, are all missing from sensors.
Missing? Titans don't just disappear.
I'm reassigning Deep Sea Investigation Unit to track this. Vex's team is deploying immediately. Your focus remains on the surface threat.
Corinth, I'm getting reports from Kagoshima Emergency Services. They're requesting immediate assistance with evacuation. The highways are completely jammed.
We'll do everything we can. Now, where the hell is the real Godzilla?
Deep Sea Investigation Unit, this is Chief Vex. Emergency deployment authorized by Director Astridian. We have multiple Titan disappearances to investigate.
Marine Biology Station online. I'm reviewing all of the Titan's last known positions.
Dive coordination ready. Submersibles are prepped for immediate deployment. Where do we start?
Scylla's last known location, Philippine Sea, Trench Gamma 7. That's where the first disappearance was recorded.
Vex, I'm looking at the timeline. Scylla vanished exactly 72 hours ago, but her biosignature didn't fade gradually. It just stopped.
Equipment malfunction, maybe?
Negative. The monitoring station recorded massive bioenergetic spikes right before the signal went dark.
What kind of spikes?
Ones that appear to be organic in nature, but not matching any known Titan energy signatures. It was almost like something was feeding.
Feeding on what?
On Scylla.
Excuse me? Nothing feeds on Titans. They're apex predators.
Deploy submersible Alpha 9 to coordinates 14.2 north, 124.5 east. I want full spectrum analysis of the area.
Vex, I'm detecting similar energy signatures at other disappearance sites. Behemoth's location in the Amazon. Tiamat's position in the Gulf of Mexico. The same parasitic energy patterns.
How is that possible? These locations are thousands of miles apart.
Unless they're connected. Subterraneously.
Connected how?
I'm running geological surveys now. But if I'm right about this, we're not dealing with separate incidents. This is coordinated.
Submersible Alpha 9 is descending. Depth 400 feet and counting. Water samples are clean so far. Wait, Vex, are you seeing this?
Patch me into the feed.
Visual confirmation of anomalous organic matter. It's growing from the ocean floor, like massive roots or tendrils.
Those aren't roots. The cellular structure is fungal, mycelial networks.
Fungal networks don't grow at these depths.
They do now. And Vex, the energy readings are off the charts. These things are conducting massive amounts of bioelectric energy.
Depth 900 feet. The fungal networks are getting thicker too.
Are they alive?
More than alive. They're actively processing energy, digesting it, and channeling it somewhere else.
Depth, 1,100 feet. Oh God, Vex, you need to see this. The tendrils extend beyond visual range. They're leading toward the deepest part of the trench.
How deep?
Sonar indicates 20,000 feet. That's deeper than any recorded trench in this region.
It's not a natural formation. Something created this. Something big.
Follow the tendrils. I need to know where they lead.
Vex, that's beyond safe diving parameters. The pressure at that depth will crush the submersible.
Then use the deep core probe. Remote operation only.
Got it.
Flynn, status report on Kagoshima evacuation.
We're at 60% civilian evacuation, but the highways are still all completely gridlocked. People are abandoning their cars and fleeing on foot.
Creature ETA updated. 4 hours, 12 minutes. It's still accelerating. Current speed, 85 miles per hour.
That's twice normal Titan speed.
The JSDF has established a defensive perimeter, but based on Okinawa footage, I don't think conventional weapons will work.
The fungal growths from Okinawa are spreading. They're covering the entire impact zone now. And they're moving. The mushroom formations are extending tendrils, reaching toward the ocean like they're trying to connect to something.
Quaranth, I'm getting reports from evacuation teams. People who are exposed to the fungal spores. They're exhibiting strange behavior.
What kind of behavior?
Lethargy, confusion, disorientation, like they're being sedated. Medical teams are calling it spore poisoning.
The creature's targeting power plants again. It just destroyed the Tanegashima facility. Same pattern as Okinawa. Atomic breath followed by fungal residue.
It's creating a network. The fungal growths aren't random. They're strategic placements.
Strategic for what?
It's not just destroying targets. It's cultivating them.
Cultivating?
The fungal growths are appearing before it attacks, like it's preparing the terrain, creating infrastructure for something.
Infrastructure for what?
I think it's building something, a network, and Kagoshima is going to be the central hub.
Kagoshima has been completely obliterated. The creature's atomic breath was more intense this time. Nearly tripled the energy output from Okinawa.
Casualty estimates?
Still calculating, but the evacuation saved most of the population. However, the infrastructure damage is total.
The fungal growths are covering the entire city now. They're not just growing on the ruins, they're replacing them.
Damn it! Not only that, but this thing is destroying more of our Monarch monitoring stations.
Which stations?
Okinawa Station 7, Tanegashima Outpost, and now Kagoshima Research Facility, all primary Titan tracking installations.
It knows where our facilities are.
Yes, and it's eviscerating all of them, blinding us to Titan movements across the Pacific.
This is Military Liaison Threnody. JSDF requests immediate tactical consultation. Conventional weapons had zero effect on the creature.
What's the damage assessment?
Complete ammunition expenditure. Tank rounds, missiles, aircraft ordnance, everything bounced off or was absorbed. The creature didn't even acknowledge the attacks.
Absorbed?
Yes, the projectiles just disappeared into its skin, like the creature was feeding on the metal.
It's not just resistant to damage. It's converting attacks into energy.
Correct. And now it's 30% larger than when it first emerged. Every attack is making it stronger.
Then how do we stop it?
We might not be able to. The creature has changed course too. New trajectory, Tokyo. Ita, 8 hours.
8 hours? No, Tokyo is 420 miles from Kagoshima.
Current speed, 70 miles per hour, and accelerating.
It's using the energy from the attacks, converting destruction into velocity.
I need to coordinate with Tokyo emergency services. 13 million people need immediate evacuation.
Contact Kalith. She's heading the Tokyo evacuation efforts. Kalith, this is Quaranth. We have a situation.
Oh, trust me, I know. I'm watching the news feeds. The panic is already starting here. People are fleeing the city en masse.
How many evacuated so far?
Maybe 2 million, but the transportation systems are completely overwhelmed. The trains can't handle this volume. Highways are parking lots. People are abandoning vehicles and walking.
ETA is now 7 hours, 45 minutes.
That's not enough time. Not for 13 million people. We need at least 24 hours for 50% complete evacuation, let alone a full one.
I'm working on slowing it down. Just keep moving people out.
Zerion, what's the status on the deep core probe?
Descending past 15,000 feet. The fungal tendrils are getting massive down here. Some of them are over 100 feet in diameter.
I'm analyzing the spore samples from the surface attacks. The neurotoxin compound is specifically designed. It targets the neural pathways unique to Titan biology. This isn't a random mutation. It's engineered.
Engineered by what?
Something that understands Titan physiology better than we do.
Depth, 18,000 feet. Visual contact with the anomaly. It's God, it's enormous. The entire cave mouth is covered in it.
Can you get closer?
Attempting approach. The water is thick with spores here. Visibility is dropping rapidly.
Zerion, be careful. Those spores are highly concentrated. If they breach the hull,
Hull integrity is holding, but the probe's electronics are acting up, like something is interfering with the signals.
The spores must be conductive. I bet they're creating electromagnetic interference or something similar.
Depth. 19,500 feet. Entering the cave system now. The walls are completely organic, covered in fungal networks, and they're glowing brighter as I go deeper.
the glow isn't just bioluminescence, it's energy transfer. The fungus is conducting massive amounts of bioelectricity
From where?
from whatever is down there.
Depth. 20,000 feet. The cave is expanding into a massive chamber. I'm seeing movement, large shapes suspended in the fungal webbing.
Can you get visual confirmation?
Adjusting camera angle. Oh my god. Vex, you need to see this immediately. It's Rodin. He's alive but completely unconscious, covered in fungal tendrils.
Are there others?
Scanning the chamber. Behemoth. And there are more. South many. More.
They're being drained. Look at the tendrils connected to them. They're pulsating with energy. The fungus is feeding on their life force.
Where's that energy going?
Following the main tendril network, they all converge toward the deepest part of the chamber. There's something else down there feeding off them all.
Vex, I'm detecting filaments in the water samples. Microscopic fungal threads. They're connecting all the attack sites. The entire Pacific Ocean is networked. This thing has been spreading for months, maybe years.
And we never detected it.
It's been dormant, lying in wait, building its network, capturing titans, and now it's ready to surface.
Helicopter reconnaissance reporting. Visual contact with the target. It's grown again, now approximately 500 feet tall. That's nearly twice the size of Godzilla.
How is that possible?
The fungal growths from Kagoshima. They're all flowing toward the creature, like tributaries feeding a river.
It's absorbing energy from all the attack sites, converting destruction into mass.
Updated trajectory analysis. The creature is no longer following ocean currents. It's moving in a direct line toward Tokyo, ignoring all geographical obstacles.
It's not just hunting, it's being directed.
There's something else. The creature's atomic breath. It's changed color. From blue to green, same green as the fungal growths.
It's not Godzilla's atomic breath anymore, it's something else entirely.
Spore dispersal mechanism. It's not trying to destroy Tokyo. It's trying to infect it.
With what?
The same compound that's keeping the Titans unconscious. It's going to sedate the entire population.
Why?
Because sedated humans are easier to harvest, just like the Titans.
Corinth, the fungal spores are spreading faster. People exposed to them are collapsing. They're not dying. They're just sleeping. Medical teams can't wake them up. It's like they're in a coma.
How many are affected?
Thousands. And the number is growing exponentially. The spores are in the air now, in the water supply, in the ventilation systems. Tokyo is being prepped for harvest.
We need to find the source, the real source, and shut it down.
How?
Vex's team found where the Titans are being held. If we can wake them up, if we can get Godzilla back, maybe we have a chance.
How long before the creature reaches Tokyo?
6 hours.
And how long does it take to wake up a drugged Titan?
I have no idea, but it's our only option.
Then you better work fast, because Tokyo is running out of time, and so are we all.
The creature has officially reached Tokyo Bay. It's not just larger now, it's completely transformed.
What do you mean transformed?
The entire body is sprouting spore clouds. Massive green emissions covering the harbor. The air is becoming toxic in its wake.
Lyra Lay, what's the status on the civilian evacuation?
Flynn, it's complete chaos down here. The spore clouds are causing mass respiratory distress. People are collapsing in the evacuation routes. The highways are blocked with abandoned vehicles. Drivers passed out at the wheel. Emergency services can't reach half the affected areas.
How many casualties?
Well, that's just it. They're not dying. They're falling into deep unconsciousness. The spores are sedating them. Medical teams estimate 200,000 people affected and climbing. The creature hasn't even fully entered the city yet.
Jesus Christ.
And Flynn, the military response. The JSDF tried to establish defensive positions, but the spore clouds reached them first. Entire battalions just fell asleep, standing up mid-combat.
The spores are neutralizing any resistance.
Exactly. This thing isn't here to destroy Tokyo. It's here to harvest it.
Corinth, I think I found something. Classification records show a theoretical Titan. Designation, Sporothrix. Hypothesized to exist in deep-sea volcanic vents.
Theoretical?
Never confirmed, but the behavioral profile matches perfectly. Parasitic organism specializes in mimicking other titans, feeds on bioelectric energy.
That would explain the Godzilla appearance. It's not a mutation, it's camouflage.
The classification also mentions spore-based sedation and mycelial network expansion. This is it. This is the Sporothrix. Though, I think there's a more suitable name, Mushroom Cloud Godzilla.
Agreed. But then, where the hell is the real Godzilla?
If the theory is correct, Mushroom Cloud Godzilla would have captured him first, then used his genetic template to create the surface manifestation.
We need to find him.
Vex, I've completed the full chamber scan. The situation is worse than we thought. 17 more Titans confirmed, all in various states of sedation.
17? That's nearly every major Titan on the planet.
Rodan, Behemoth, Tiamat, Scylla, Methuselah. The fungal tendrils from each Titan converge toward the center too, meaning that all the extracted energy is being channeled to one location.
Where?
Moving toward the chamber's heart now. The tendril density is incredible, like arteries leading to a massive organism. I'm seeing something enormous ahead, completely encased in fungal matter. It's Godzilla, the real Godzilla.
Is he alive?
Bio readings indicate yes, but barely. The fungal tendrils are extracting his nuclear energy at an alarming rate.
That's how the surface manifestation is so powerful. It's using Godzilla's atomic energy, channeling it through the mycelial network.
How long before he's completely drained?
Based on these readings, maybe 6 hours. Less if the surface creature increases its energy output.
Which it will, once it starts its full assault on Tokyo.
Luminara, I need options. How do we wake up a sedated Titan?
The spore sedation system is automated. I mean, just look at this. The chamber walls contract rhythmically, pumping concentrated spores directly into their respiratory systems. It's like a massive life support system, keeping them unconscious.
So if we disrupt the pumping mechanism,
the Titans would naturally metabolize the existing spores and wake up.
How do we disrupt it then?
The walls are organic, highly sensitive to chemical changes. If we introduce a neutralizing agent,
such as
alkaline compounds, the spores are highly acidic. Basic chemistry says alkaline neutralizes acid.
Do we have access to alkaline compounds?
The submersible carries emergency ballast, concentrated sodium hydroxide, for emergency surfacing.
That could work, but we'd need to inject it directly into the wall membrane.
How much do we need?
All of it, and we'd only get one shot.
If this works, how long before they wake up?
For normal organisms, minutes. For Titans, maybe an hour.
We don't have an hour. Tokyo is being harvested right now. All teams, emergency status update. The surface creature has begun constructing massive spore towers throughout Tokyo. These aren't temporary structures, they're permanent installations. Sporothrix is establishing a permanent presence.
It's expanding the network. Tokyo is just the beginning.
Correct. Satellite imagery shows similar spore towers beginning construction in Seoul, Manila, and Singapore. This organism is going global.
How is that possible?
The mycelial network extends beyond our initial estimates. It's been spreading across the Pacific floor for decades. We just never detected it because it was dormant. Until now, that is. Vex, what's the status of liberating the Titans? We've got the alkaline bombs ready. We just need to find the core. Good. Let's get these bastards back in the field.
All teams, this is Military Liaison Threnody. We have a catastrophic development. Multiple false Titan emergence events worldwide. Confirmed sightings in San Francisco Bay, Sydney Harbor, Vancouver Coast, Busan Peninsula, Manila Bay.
How many total?
47 confirmed, all identical to the Tokyo manifestation, all generating massive spore clouds.
No! The organism surely can't maintain that many surface projections.
Apparently it can, and Flynn, military forces are pulling back, every nation with coastline exposure, complete withdrawal from defensive positions.
They're abandoning the fight?
Orders from the highest levels, the Joint Chiefs, the UN Security Council, everyone's given up. They're calling it an extinction-level event.
But we can still stop this. If Vex's team can wake the Titans...
Flynn, look at the satellite feeds. Los Angeles, Seoul, Brisbane, Vancouver, they're all falling within hours. Millions of people sedated simultaneously.
Wait, I'm seeing something in the radiation data. All the false Titans, they're emitting identical energy signatures. Not similar, in fact. They're identical.
Meaning?
They're not separate organisms. They're projections of the same central entity, connected through the mycelial network.
So if we damage one...
We damage them all. But more importantly, if we destroy the central hub, all the projections collapse.
Vex needs to move faster and find that central mass. This is our only window.
Core found! Alkaline compound injection complete. The core is reacting violently. The spore production has stopped.
Bio readings from the Titans are changing, neural activity increasing, respiratory rates normalizing.
How long before they're conscious?
Godzilla's readings are strongest, maybe 30 minutes for full awakening. The others will take longer. Regardless, though, the cavalry is on the way.
Jesus Christ, I've been cross-examining some of the images of overrun cities, and based on that, I've found that Sporothrix, or Mushroom Cloud Godzilla, isn't just harvesting Earth, it's preparing for planetary sporulation. The spore towers aren't just for local sedation, they're atmospheric launch platforms.
Launch platforms for what?
Reproductive spores. Once the organism reaches critical mass, it will release billions of spores into the upper atmosphere, using Earth's atmospheric currents and solar winds to spread throughout the solar system.
It's trying to infect other planets?
Mars, Europa, Titan, Enceladus, any celestial body with atmosphere or subsurface oceans. Earth is just the first stop. The organism is preparing for interplanetary expansion.
How long before it reaches critical mass?
Based on current growth rates, 12 hours, maybe less.
And if it sporulates?
Every world in our solar system becomes infected. Within decades, the entire system is consumed. This isn't just an extinction event for Earth, it's an extinction event for our entire stellar neighborhood.
Tokyo transformation is complete. The entire city is one organism now. 13 million people in permanent sedation, being used as biological processors.
Processors for what?
Energy conversion. The sedated humans are generating bioelectric fields, powering the mushroom towers. It's turned the population into living batteries.
It's not separate from Tokyo anymore. It is Tokyo.
Confirmed, the creature and the city have merged, creating a single massive organism. And it's still growing.
At what rate?
Exponentially. Every minute it absorbs more biomass, more energy from the sedated population, more power from the captured titans.
It's preparing for something bigger.
The sporulation event. Obsidian was right. This is planetary preparation.
Vex needs to destroy that central nucleus. Now,
Before the organism reaches critical mass.
The alkaline compound is working. The organic walls are dissolving. Spore production has completely ceased.
Titan bio readings are spiking across the board. Neural activity at 80% normal levels. They're waking up.
Movement detected in the chamber. One of the titans is breaking free. It's Rodin. He's completely conscious.
How many others are responding?
Behemoth is stirring. Scylla's tentacles are moving. Tiamat is breaking through her restraints.
The sedation network is collapsing. Without constant spore pumping, their metabolisms are burning through the remaining toxins.
Rodin is heading for the surface. He's moving fast, incredibly fast. ETA to surface. 12 minutes.
What about Godzilla?
His bio readings are the strongest, but he's still partially encased. The fungal cocoon around him is thicker.
He was the primary energy source. The organism invested more resources in restraining him.
Wait, I'm detecting massive energy buildup. Nuclear signature from Godzilla's location. He's charging his atomic breath from inside the cocoon.
Get the probe out of there, now.
Global status update. All false titans are converging on major population centers. San Francisco Bay creature, 2 miles from downtown. Sydney Harbor manifestation making landfall. Vancouver entity entering English Bay.
Estimated casualties if they all reach critical mass simultaneously.
Conservative estimate. 50 million immediate sedations. Global sporulation in under 6 hours.
The organism is accelerating its timeline. It knows we're disrupting the central hub. It's trying to sporulate while it still can.
how much time do we have?
Based on current convergence rates, maybe 3 hours before the first city reaches critical mass. Once one sporulates, the others will follow immediately.
Wait, I'm seeing something on the satellite feeds. The false titans are all slowing down. Their energy signatures are fluctuating.
All of them?
Every single manifestation. San Francisco, Sydney, Vancouver, they're all experiencing power fluctuations.
The central hub disruption is working.
It's more than that. They're beginning to collapse. The mycelial network is failing.
Massive nuclear detonation from the central chamber. Godzilla just destroyed the entire central nucleus. The atomic pulse disintegrated everything.
Bio readings from all Titans are now normal. They're all free.
Where's Godzilla now?
Ascending rapidly. Nuclear signature is off the charts. He's heading directly for the surface. ETA, 8 minutes.
The other Titans are following. Rodin reached the surface 2 minutes ago. Behemoth and Scylla are ascending.
They're gonna reclaim their territory and destroy whatever's left of the impostor.
Confirmed. All false titans worldwide are collapsing. San Francisco manifestation. dissolved into inert fungal matter. Sydney creature, complete structural failure. Vancouver entity, reduced to organic debris. The network severance worked.
What about Tokyo?
The main Tokyo creature is still active, but it's weakening rapidly. Energy levels dropping by 30% per minute. The mushroom towers are beginning to wither.
It's dying.
Not fast enough. It's still attempting sporulation. The atmospheric launch platforms are still operational.
We need the real Godzilla to finish it before it completes the reproductive cycle.
Helicopter reconnaissance confirms massive disturbance in Tokyo Bay. Something enormous is rising from the depths. It's him, the real Godzilla, and he looks pissed. The false Godzilla has detected the real one. It's turning to face him. The size difference is incredible. The real Godzilla is 50% larger, more muscular, more powerful. The impostor looks pathetic by comparison.
Energy readings from both creatures.
Real Godzilla, nuclear signature at maximum. False Godzilla, dropping rapidly. The impostor is trying to absorb energy from the surrounding fungal matter, but there's not enough left.
It's starving.
The real Godzilla is approaching. The impostor is backing away. It knows it can't win. Wait! The false Godzilla is charging its atomic breath. One last desperate attack. Green energy building in its maw.
Can it still sporulate?
If it concentrates all remaining energy into one massive spore release, yes, it could still succeed.
The real Godzilla is responding. His dorsal spines are glowing brighter than I've ever seen. Blue-white nuclear energy. He's preparing his atomic breath too.
This is it. Winner takes everything.
Atomic breath exchange. The real Godzilla's atomic breath is overwhelming the imposters. The blue energy is burning through the green spore cloud. The false Godzilla is being pushed back.
Is the sporulation happening?
Negative. The atomic breath is incinerating the spores before they can reach the atmosphere. The imposter's energy is depleted. It's collapsing. Direct hit. The imposter is completely destroyed, reduced to ash and organic debris.
Confirming, no spore launch detected. The sporulation attempt failed.
Global threat eliminated. The organism is extinct.
The real Godzilla is now targeting the remaining fungal infrastructure. He's systematically destroying every mushroom tower, every spore cloud, everything the imposter created. He's cleaning house, reclaiming his territory.
What about the sedated population?
With the spore production eliminated, people are beginning to wake up. Medical teams report widespread recovery. The sedation effect is reversible.
We did it. Humanity survives. Thanks to the king of monsters.
Godzilla is returning to the sea. Mission accomplished. Tokyo is free. And now, so is the world.
Luminara, we need to compile a complete analysis of what we just faced for the official Monarch files.
Agreed. The entity we designated Mushroom Cloud Godzilla was unlike anything in our records. Let's start with the basics.
Species classification: Sporothrix giganteus, a parasitic macroorganism capable of mimetic titan replication, originally theorized to exist in deep-sea volcanic vents.
But the actual organism was far more complex than our theoretical models predicted. It wasn't just one creature. It was a collective consciousness, a planetary-scale fungal network with distributed intelligence.
The surface manifestations we observed, the false titans in Tokyo, San Francisco, Sydney, those were essentially fruiting bodies, reproductive organs of the larger organism.
Exactly. Think of it like a mushroom. What we see above ground is just the visible part. The real organism exists underground, as a vast mycelial network.
In this case, the network spanned the entire Pacific Ocean floor, connecting every major tectonic region. It had been growing for decades, maybe centuries, completely undetected.
The organism's feeding strategy was particularly sophisticated. It specifically targeted titans, not just for their biomass, but for their unique bioelectric signatures.
The sedative spores were custom designed, targeting neural pathways specific to titan physiology. No random evolution could produce something so precise. This was engineered predation.
And the mimicry capability? Once it had absorbed enough genetic material from Godzilla, it could replicate not just his appearance, but his atomic breath, his behavioral patterns, even his basic combat instincts.
Though the replication wasn't perfect, the impostor lacked Godzilla's noble bearing, his protective instincts toward Earth. Instead, it demonstrated pure predatory hunger.
Because it wasn't truly Godzilla, it was a hollow copy, a biological 3D printer output, with none of the original's consciousness or purpose.
The most terrifying aspect was its reproductive strategy, planetary sporulation, using Earth's atmosphere as a launch platform to spread throughout the solar system.
If it had succeeded, Mars would have been infected within months. Europa's subsurface oceans would have been contaminated. Every world with suitable conditions would have become another feeding ground.
The organism wasn't just conquering Earth, it was preparing Earth as a breeding colony for interplanetary expansion. We were witnessing the birth of a spacefaring fungal empire.
But there's something else we need to address: the human harvesting component. The sedated populations weren't just being stored, they were being used as biological processors.
Living batteries, their bioelectric fields were powering the mushroom mushroom towers, the spore production facilities, the atmospheric launch platforms.
13 million people in Tokyo alone, converted into a distributed power grid, while remaining technically alive. That's a level of biological efficiency we've never encountered.
It suggests the organism had encountered and consumed multiple intelligent species before, across different worlds. This wasn't its first planetary conquest.
Which raises disturbing questions about its origin. Where did Sporothrix come from originally? How many other worlds has it consumed? Are there more of these organisms out there?
Questions we may never answer, but what we do know is this: Earth came within hours of total consumption, not just extinction, complete biological integration into an alien fungal network.
The captured humans would have remained conscious, aware but helpless, for potentially decades, while their life force was slowly drained. That's a fate worse than death.
The only reason we survived was because the organism underestimated one thing:
Godzilla's nuclear capacity. It absorbed his energy for months, but it never fully depleted his core. When he awakened, the atomic pulse that destroyed the central nucleus was more powerful than the organism anticipated.
Godzilla didn't just break free, he overloaded the entire network, causing a cascading failure across the planet. Every false titan, every mushroom tower, all connected to that central hub. When it died, they all died.
In the end, the organism's greatest strength, its networked consciousness, became its fatal weakness, single point of failure.
But we should remember this: Sporothrix giganteus represented a new category of threat. Not just a kaiju or a titan, but a planetary parasite, capable of consuming entire worlds and using them as launching points for further expansion.
If we ever encounter something similar, we need to identify and destroy the central hub immediately, before it can establish a stable network. Because once it reaches critical mass, conventional resistance becomes impossible.
The human race owes its survival to the king of monsters, and to the fact that even in sedation, Godzilla retained enough nuclear energy to destroy his captor from within.
Final classification for the files: Sporothrix giganteus. Status: extinct. Threat level: planetary extinction event. Recommendation: monitor deep-sea volcanic vents for similar organisms, and pray we never find any.
Agreed. Case closed. Though I have a feeling this won't be the last time we face something this alien.
Then we better make sure Godzilla stays healthy, because if something like this shows up again, we're going to need him.